So, that's not work. So I want to tell you a little bit about my Friday. You guys were not around. You were at home, doing your Facebook thing. But I was here. I was here with all the teachers from KIPP NYC. I was meeting with teachers from KIPP AMP, and teachers from KIPP Academy, and teachers from KIPP Star, and teachers from KIPP Infinity, and we're all talking. Alright, and we're all talking about how to make education better. We're all talking about how to make education better, because we're really good at getting our kids to pass tests, right? We're really good at getting our kids to pass tests, but we're not quite as good at getting our kids to think critically. This is a buzzword in education, right? Thinking critically. So I was inspired. So I went home and I went on the Google and I Googled what is critical thinking in history. Okay? What is critical thinking in history? What does it mean? And it took me to the website ecollegeboard.com. And they have these things called historical thinking skills. And on the start of your handout, there is a thinking skill that I'd like you to read about and put in your own words. And we're just going to go 60 seconds quiet for you to read about it, and then we'll talk more. Yeah? I really want my students to know what it means to think. Right? And it doesn't mean memorizing vocab. That's not what thinking is. So what does it mean to think in history? There are two different versions of a handout out there. So let's try to recognize what it means to think in world history. Ariane?
I said
yeah, your letter?
T.
Because your mother's first name is? Okay.
And I said thinking critically involves the ability of one to think beyond little meaning with analysis.
Okay, and can you give an example of what a skill was, a thinking skill?
Like from it says historical thinking involves the ability to recognize.
Loud.
Historical thinking involves the ability to recognize, analyze, and evaluate the dynamics of historical continuity.
Somebody else who had that version. You have version 1, yeah? Somebody else who had version 1? What's historical thinking? Go ahead. Go on.
I said that structurally, the idea based on forming the causes for why things happen in history.
Thanks. Does that work? Okay. Others, somebody with version 2, what does it mean to think in history? John? Okay. James?
I said just being able to compare and evaluate historical developments and being able to connect them to history and time to make sure.
Awesome. Say it one more time.
Just being able to compare and evaluate historical developments and being able to connect it back to history and time makes you a critical thinker.
That's sick. That's sick. Can I have one more person who did the contextualization one? Contextualization. What does it mean to do contextualization? John hit compare. It's hard. How you got it? Okay. Contextualization. To put something in context, and it's sort of what John was talking about. To put something in context means to link it to a larger historical process. So for instance, over the weekend you learned about Russia's industrialization. Does that occur in a historical context? Shut it up.
Yeah.
Is there something bigger going on? Yeah, everywhere, right? So it occurs during a global theme of industrialization. So these are our historical thinking skills. These are some of them, and we're going to look at them today. Okay? Mr. Bennett, would you read the aim?
Students will be able to apply historical thinking skills to the story of Russia in 1750 to 1900 in order to write thesis statements and global context analyses.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to take these 4 thinking skills that just make you critical thinkers, like Mr. Forbes said, and we are going to use them to look at Russia from 1750 to 1900. Okay, normally I ask you one specific question, like, is this a change, or can we compare this? Today I'm going to let you choose. All right, the whole time I'm going to throw some information at you, and I'm going to say, I want you to think about it whatever way you want. All right, so let's try. The way we're going to get there is we already did our do now and historical thinking skills. I'm going to show a video about Russia during this period, and I'm going to stop it every couple minutes. I'm going to stop it every couple minutes, and I'm going to ask you, would you apply one of these skills? Okay, one of these thinking skills to what you're seeing. Then we're going to go to a primary source and a reading about Russia in this period, and we'll close with a little bit of writing, change over time thesis. All right? So that's the plan. Folks good? The ladies, double thumbs up. Let's go. Okay, so what thinking skill is that? Booyah. All right, quick talk. What historical thinking skill did I use, and what did I say? Starting from the milady side of your desks and going that way.
As you can actually see that, because they lost the Romanian War, Russia, the Tsar decided to actually allow industrial revolution to actually happen in Russia. Not to take matters into worse terms, and he allowed change in a peaceful way while other monarchs led some revolutions.
Okay, going back. So, let's hear two. What historical thinking skill did you use? Oh, you guys did it so good. What historical thinking skill did you use? What did you say? Mr. WP.
I said the Crimean War.
Crimean War?
Oh, the Crimean War was a cause, and I said Russia. And I said the effect of it was Russia decided that it needed to get rid of old ways to become more modern, and the Caesar allowed change to occur because change, or like the Industrial Revolution, it benefited Europe, so they became more powerful, more intellectual, and like stronger in general.
Thank you. That's a causation analysis. You guys know that. Nice job. Argenis, you used a different historical thinking skill. Which one did you use?
I use comparison now. Unlike the United States, who was under democracy, Russia was under national monarchy, and that limited them to only change that was also that the Tsar wanted to happen.
Say it again, and then I'm going to call on somebody to put them in their own words.
Unlike the United States, who were under democracy, Russia was under absolute monarchy, which limited them to only make change that the Tsar wanted to happen.
Richard, take it. Which skill was he using?
He was using comparison, and he's comparing it to the United States. He's saying that unlike the United States, who has a democracy, Russia, they were only limited to change by the Tsar because he was the only one that could actually change Russia, and not the people.
2 more minutes of the video. There's one more big change going on in Russia that we have to talk about.